Are you thinking about jumping into the stock market but don't have a strategy? I'm going to tell you the differences between investing for growth and for investing for dividend income. Let's get into buying stocks, growth versus income. First up, what's the difference? Isn't investing in the stock market just buying and hoping the price goes up over time? Well, sort of. Obviously, you want to make money, but there are different ways that you can achieve that. And I'm going to talk about the two main ways: buying for growth and buying for income. Growth investing is what most people typically think of when they're thinking of investing in the stock market. It's where you buy shares in a company at one price, and over time you hope that price will increase in value so you can sell at a later date at a profit, either over the short term or the long term. Now, when you're investing for growth, you want to look at the fundamentals of the company. That's the company information, so you can determine if it's a profitable company and if it's a company that you'd like to invest in. When investing for growth, I usually concentrate on a few different fundamentals. I like to look at the earnings stability, because I like a nice stable company and I want that to be consistent over the years. I look at return on equity, and I usually look at a figure, I want something over 10%, but if it's even over 15%, that's even better. I look at how much debt the company carries. Some companies carry a huge amount of debt, and so I don't usually go there if I'm investing for growth, because I want to know that the company can pay back that debt if something bad happens. The amount of debt that I'm comfortable is usually under 80%. I also look at the general returns that the stock has made over 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, just to get a better idea on the return. Now, it's not a guarantee that it will make that same amount, but if you're choosing a nice, stable, consistent company, there's a better chance. Another strategy is income investing, also called dividend investing. It's where the fundamentals aren't quite as important as if you're buying for growth, but you still want to look at them. Your main focus here is the yield or the dividend return that you'll receive from the company. In Australia, companies usually pay dividends twice a year. In the US, they usually pay around 4 times a year. It might be different wherever you are. Here's what to look for if you want to invest for the dividends. You want companies that are the market leaders. So in Australia, that's those in the ASX 200, or if you're in the US, those in the S&P 500. Now, obviously, the first thing you want to check for is the dividend yield. I usually look for anything over 5% as a dividend yield. I will consider slightly lower if the dividend is fully franked, which means the company has already paid the company tax rate on that, so you don't have to do that at tax time. You also need to look at why the dividend yield is high. Sometimes if the share price has gone down, the dividend yield can look inflated. You're also looking for companies that pay consistently, like it's not just a one special dividend payment. So all of those things you need to take into consideration. Now, there are other ways to invest in the stock market, like day trading or buying options and futures, but it's not really a beginner strategy. So I recommend just keep it simple and buy either for growth or for income. So what's my recommendation? Should you buy for growth or should you buy for income? If you work full time and already have an income coming in, then you probably want to buy for growth. That is where you buy it at one price and hope that the value increases over time. And you should also reinvest the dividends if you're going to use that strategy. If you do need the income, then obviously dividend income investing is probably going to be right for you. So take the dividend payment, don't reinvest it, and you'll be getting dividends either twice a year if you buy an Australian company or 4 times a year if you're in the US. I started growth investing when I first started investing in the stock market, and I gradually built up my portfolio over time, and now I'm at a stage where income investing is what I do now, because I just like having that income coming in each month. Because I got to tell you, I don't want to get a job. Now, I have included of what sort of dividend income I make in a monthly budget video. I will link that above in the cards and down in the description if you want to see that. So what about you? What investing strategy speaks to you, and what would you like to do going forward? I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please subscribe because I've got more coming in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.